Hi, my name is Janel and I will be teaching Camel. I have Jameson. He will be demonstrating the modifications for today's class. Thank you for being here. We'll start in Child's Pose. Come towards the back of your mat. Bring the big toes a touch. Begin to walk your hands forward. And with your next exhale, melt your chest, chin, forehead down into the mat. Here in this posture, just allow your elbows to bend so that your forearms rest onto the mat. And gently, with love, press down into the palms to shift your hips closer towards your heels. And just begin to breathe here at your own pace, in and out through the nose. Taking deep inhales, matching them with deep exhales. Let's take about 2 more full breaths here. And after your last exhale, inhale, begin to pick up your head, chest. Exhale, come into table. Here in table, we plant our hands shoulder width apart. Shoulders stacked over our wrists, knees are hip width apart, hips over knees, tops of feet down into the earth. And we want to bring our gaze towards the top edge of the mat. And with an inhale, pull the belly button up and in towards your spine. Let's take 1 full breath here. With your next inhale, cow. We drop our belly, pull the chest forward and up, gaze up. Exhale, cat, round through the spine, chin comes towards chest. Inhale, cow, arch in the lower back. Notice your shoulder blades coming together towards the back. Exhale, cat, tuck the tailbone in. Notice the shoulder blades separating. A few more, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Last one, inhale. Exhale. With our next inhale, let's come back into our tabletop. Good. Inhale, tuck the toes, shift the hips back towards your heels, and with your next exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go back and up. Take a moment here to walk your dog. You can bend one knee at a time, just to warm up through the hamstrings, the ankles, the calves. And with our next inhale, let's find a static hold in our downward facing dog. Here you can slightly bend through the knees and lift through the heels. You want to push down into the mat with the palms of the hands as you shift your chest closer towards the thighs. Take 1 full breath here. With your next inhale, bend the knees, gaze forward as you shift the hips back. Exhale, begin to step your feet forward towards the top edge of the mat. Come into a forward fold. We hinge through the hips, we allow the head to hang heavy towards the floor. Here you can grab for opposite elbows. And gently bend through the knees to create a shelf to rest your stomach, chest against as you roll weight into your toes. Maybe bring a gentle sway side to side through the upper body, moving through the hips. With your next inhale, come back to center. Release the arms. Inhale, halfway lift, hands onto shins or thighs, straight legs, straight spine. Reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, begin to ragdoll to standing. We stack one vertebrae at a time. At the top, our head chest lifts. Hands can circle out and overhead. Bring your fingertips to reach up towards the ceiling sky as you push weight into your toes. We want to push our hips forward and lean back as if we're leaning against a huge beach ball. Keep the chest lifted. With your next exhale, hands come into prayer. Inhale, arms come alongside the body, mountain. Exhale here. Let's take one more full breath here. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, cactus shape the arms. We bend at the elbows and we gently pull our elbows towards the back of our spine, pulling our shoulder blades together to touch. At the same time, we are energetically pulling our chest forward and up, shifting weight into the toes as we push our hips forward. Take one more full breath here. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend the knees as you come down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step your feet back into plank. Here in plank, we drop our knees. Keep the toes tucked. With your next inhale, shift your shoulders past your wrists. Exhale, chaturanga, begin to bend the elbows in towards the rib cage. Come down with so much control. At the bottom, we untuck the toes. Keep the elbows tucked in towards the rib cage. And with your next inhale, scoop the chest forward and up. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards the center of your back. Press down into the mat with the tops of your feet. Exhale, come back down with control. Retuck the toes. Reverse back onto knees or plank, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go back and up. Let's take one more full breath here. After your exhale, gently, slowly come back down onto your knees. Find your tabletop. Re-engage through the core. With your next inhale, pick up your right foot, extend it back behind you. Exhale, bend your knee to your nose, round through the spine, just like we did in cat. Step your right foot forward. Maybe it didn't make it the first step, that's okay. Wiggle it forward. With your next inhale, arms come up and overhead as you pick up your head chest. Exhale, hips come forward and down. Low lunge. Begin to bend your elbows into cactus arms as you bring the elbows towards the back of your spine. We want to squeeze our shoulder blades together, lifting through the chest. Maybe gaze up if that feels okay in your neck. Let's take about 2 more full breaths here. After your last exhale, drop your hands towards your lower back, fingerlace the cross palms together, and with an inhale, begin to extend through the arms. Lengthen through the arms, through the elbows. Notice here, shoulder blades come together to touch towards the center of your back. Keep the chest lifted. Continue to breathe in and out through the nose. After the last exhale, release. Punt the hands down to frame the front foot. Runner's lunge. Begin to walk your hands back towards your hips. At the same time, we want to begin to extend through the leg, this right leg. We flex our right toes towards our right kneecap. We're either balancing on our fingertips, or if we have blocks, we can bring them alongside our hips for balance to make this posture more accessible. You can also tuck the back toes if you need to create stability, balance in this posture. We want to micro tuck our chin in towards our throat, reach forward with the crown of the head. A micro bend in the right knee is okay too. When we breathe. Let's take about 2 more full breaths here. After the last exhale, rebend the front knee. Punt the hands down to bring front foot. Tuck back toes, pick up back knee, step back foot to meet front foot, forward fold at the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse up to standing. Arms come up and overhead. Back bend at the top. Exhale, forward fold, come down with the straight spine. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step your feet back into your plank. You can hover knees or drop them down with me. Inhale, shift your shoulders past your wrists. Exhale, come down with control, all the way down. Preparation for locust pose. Here in locust pose, we can bring our chin onto the mat. Create one long snake tail with your legs by squeezing your big toes and heels together. Bring your hands towards your lower back. Finger-lace the clasp palms together. And we'll start by just lifting the chest with the first set. With our next inhale, begin to extend through the arms. As you squeeze the shoulder blades together, we lift through the chest. Press down energetically through the tops of the feet into the mat to help with the lift. And we breathe. After that exhale, release. Gently, slowly, bring the arms alongside the body. Turn your gaze to the right side. Left ear down onto the mat. Relax the heels, let them open. And we'll stay here for about 2 full breaths. With our next inhale, begin to pick up your head. Exhale, bring your chin back onto the mat. Second set, bring the big toes, heels to touch. Hands come towards the lower back. Finger-lace the clasp palms together. On this set, we'll lift both chest and legs at the same time. Inhale, begin to extend through the arms, reach back with the knuckles. Squeezing shoulder blades together, we lift through the legs. Here, we squeeze our big toes, heels together to help with the lift. Maybe even gaze up at an angle. Breathe, continue to reach back with the knuckles. One more full breath. And release, gently, slowly come down with control. Arms alongside the body. Turn your gaze to the left, right ear down onto the mat. One more full breath. Bring your chin back to center on mat. Hands come underneath shoulders, tuck toes. Inhale, reverse back onto knees, plank, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go back and up. Take one full breath here. Gently, slowly release the knees back down into our tabletop position. Left side. Inhale, pick up your left foot, extend it back behind you, your leg. Exhale, bend your knee to your nose, round through the spine, step. Left foot forward in between your hands. Inhale, arms scoop forward and up. Exhale, hips come forward and down. Keep that lift in your chest. Energetically reaching up and over with the fingertips as if you're leaning over a huge beach ball. We breathe. Cactus arms, begin to bend at the elbows, squeezing our shoulder blades towards the center of our spine. We are squeezing our elbows in towards each other, towards the back. Continue to breathe here. Drop the hands towards the lower back. Fingerlace the clasp palms together. With your next inhale, extend through the arms. Opening up deeper through the chest. Shoulder blades squeeze towards the center of the spine. We breathe. And release. Bring the hands down to frame the front foot. Runner's lunge, begin to walk your hands back towards your hips. We extend through the front leg. Flex left toes towards your left kneecap. Again, you can grab blocks to help. You can also tuck your back toes in for stability. We hinge through the hips. We slightly micro tuck our chin in towards our throat. Energetically pulling or pointing the crown of our head forward. And again, you're welcome to micro bend in your left knee if you need to. Our opposite leg is perpendicular into the ground. And we breathe. Let's take about 2 more full breaths. After your last exhale, rebend the front knee. Plant the hands down to frame front foot. Tuck back toes. Pick up back knee. Step back foot to meet front foot. Forward fold at the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse up to standing. Back bend at the top. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into your plank. Inhale, shift shoulders past wrists. Exhale, come down with control. Inhale, scoot your chest forward and up into cobra. Keep the elbows tucked in. Exhale, come back down. Tuck toes. Inhale, reverse back onto knees, plank your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg goes back and up, 3-legged. Exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Preparation for high crescent lunge. If you need to move into low lunge, you can drop the back knee. Inhale, pick up your head chest. Exhale, bend through the front knee at a 90-degree angle. Good. With your next exhale, bend at the elbows, and we want to squeeze our elbows towards the center of our back, squeezing our shoulder blades together. Lift through the chest, and we breathe here. Let's take one more full breath. Release your hands towards your lower back. Fingerlace the clasp palms together. Inhale, reach back with the knuckles as you lengthen through the arms. We lift through the chest. If it feels okay in your neck, gaze up. Let's take about 2 more full breaths. And release, arms come back up and over. Exhale, plant the hands down to frame front foot. Step back foot to meet front foot. Forward fold at the top. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Begin to heel toe your feet as wide as your mat for Malasana, yogi squat. Here in yogi squat, we can grab a block so that it can support ourselves. We create a seat underneath. Or you can simply just drop your hips down onto the mat and grab a hold of your shins as you pull your chest forward. Or if you have this space for this posture, you can be balancing on the balls of your feet, or maybe heels plant down onto the mat as we bring hands into prayer. Lengthen through the spine, reach up with the crown of the head. Here, use your elbows to open up the knees wider. Let's take 2 full breaths in this posture. And release your hands towards the back of your hips. Come towards the center of your mat. Knees come in towards your chest. Roll all the way onto your back. Squeeze your knees in towards your chest. And release the feet about hip width apart. Preparation for bridge. We bring our arms alongside the body. Fingertips brush against the back of our heels. We want to keep our knees stacked over our ankles. And with our next inhale, begin to push the hips up towards the sky as you peel off the spine 1 vertebrae at a time. At the top, our chin comes towards our chest. And we continue to press down through the soles of the feet, back of the arms, palms of the hands. Stay here, or maybe you can wiggle arms underneath the body. Fingerlace the clasp palms together. And we extend through the arms, squeezing our shoulder blades towards the center of our spine. Let's take about 2 more full breaths here. And release the arms from underneath. Gently, slowly roll back down 1 vertebrae at a time. Hips come down last. Knees in towards your chest. Pick up your head chest off the mat. Rock forward. Gently push back into your downward facing dog. You can either swing your legs out to the side, roll over your knees and ankles, however you want to meet me there. Take 1 full breath in downward. And with your next inhale, left leg goes back and up 3-legged. Exhale, bend your knee to your nose, shoulders come over wrists. We step. Left foot forward in between our hands. Pick up your head chest, arms come up and overhead. Exhale. Begin to bend at the elbows, pulling the elbows towards each other, towards the back of the spine. We squeeze our shoulder blades. We keep the chest lifted, and we breathe. Drop your hands towards your lower back. Fingerlace the clasp palms together. Inhale, extend through the arms, reach back with the knuckles. Release, arms back up and over. Exhale, drop the hands down to frame front foot. Step back foot to meet front foot. Forward fold at the top. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Heel to the feet as wide as your mat. Malasana, second set. Find your version here. Bring your hands into prayer, or maybe close your eyes with me if that feels okay, or gaze softly down in front of you. And we breathe. After your last exhale, open up the eyes. Plant your hands behind your hips. Bring the hips down. Knees in towards your chest. Roll all the way onto your back. Squeeze your legs. Release the feet down. Bring the arms alongside the body, palms facing down. And with your next inhale, bridge, begin to press your hips up towards the sky. Clean off your spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Hips come up. Again, you have the option to wiggle the arms underneath the body, fingerless through, clasp palms together, squeezing our shoulder blades together. We energetically keep our knees stacked over our ankles. And we breathe in and out through the nose. Let's take about 2 more full breaths here. And release the arms from underneath. Gently, slowly come down with the hips, knees in towards your chest. Roll forward into a seated position. Moving into our final posture, camel. We'll come towards the center of our mats. Here in camel, we want to open our knees as wide as our hips. So we want to find these bony little spots in the front of our hips, and we want to make sure that those are in alignment with our knees. Now you have the option to keep the toes tucked. This brings the earth closer up to us, making the posture more accessible for us, or you can bring the tops of the feet down into the mat, your choice. I will keep my toes tucked today. Now there's a couple modifications that we can move into, where you can imagine you have huge pockets and you're stuffing your hands towards your pockets, where we find that flat spot, the sacrum, to support our lower back. And just like we did in cactus and the other postures where we squeeze our shoulder blades together, we want to also pull our elbows behind us as if they're going to touch, creating this lift in the chest. Maybe we gaze up at the ceiling or sky at an angle, if that feels okay in our necks. Or we can drop our head, gaze directly up, or maybe we can see what's behind us, whatever feels best. And this is perfectly fine. We can stay here. Or if you want to move into a deeper expression of camel, you can bend at the knees, grab a hold of the heels, take a deep breath, and with your next inhale, begin to lift through the chest, push the hips forward, squeeze the elbows together. Here again, you can keep your gaze forward, or maybe we look at the sky or ceiling at a gaze, at an angle, or we can drop our head, gaze behind us. Here, we want to continue to press the hips forward, keep the lift in the chest, and we breathe. And to come out of it, we want to bring our gaze forward, bend through the knees, and release. Bring the hands down in front of you, push your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Let's take 1 full breath here. With your next inhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, step lunge, hop your feet in between your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse up to standing, back bend at the top. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into downward facing dog. Pigeon. Inhale, right foot comes back and up. Exhale, bend your right knee to your right elbow. Angle out your right shin. Wiggle your back leg to extend, the left leg. If this is not available for you, you can always move into figure 4, where you move onto your back and you plant your right foot across your left thigh. You can pull your legs in towards your chest and you actively push the right hip forward, knee forward, or you can just keep your left foot planted, your choice. Begin to walk your hands forward if you're in a pigeon. Here we can bend at the elbows and just allow the head to bow in. We want to actively and gently roll our left hip down so it's level with the right. And we'll stay here for a few breaths in and out through the nose. Let's take one more full breath. With your next inhale, begin to pick up your head, chest. Exhale, plant your hands down. If you're in figure 4, begin to rock yourself forward, pushing back into, or meeting me in a downward facing dog. Taking your time. With your next inhale, let's come back into three-legged, right leg comes back and up. Exhale, scorpion, bend your right knee, stack your right hip on top of left, just to move in that hip. We want to circle our knee in one direction. You can also do this on your knees if downward facing dog is not in your practice. Go the opposite way with the circle. Come back down into downward facing dog. With your next inhale, left leg goes back and up. Exhale, bend your knee to your left elbow, angle out your left shin. Gently, slowly release the back knee, untuck the toes, or again, move into your figure 4. This time we plant left knee across right thigh. Right foot can stay planted down, or you can pull legs in towards your chest. Here in our pigeon, begin to walk your hands forward. Bend through the elbows, resting forearms down in front of you. Allow the head to bow in. We breathe. Let's take about 3 more full breaths here. With your next inhale, begin to pick up your head, chest. Plant the hands down if you're in figure 4. Begin to move into downward facing dog. We'll all meet there. Again, you can stay on all 4s if downward is not available. And we'll move into our scorpion. Lift the left leg, bend through the left knee. Begin to circle the left knee in one direction of your choice. Go the opposite way. Inhale, come back down into downward facing dog. Take one more full breath. Inhale, bend the knees. Gaze forward. Step your feet forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Heel toe the feet as wide as your mat, just to transition onto our backs. Plant the hands behind your hips, drop the hips, bring knees in towards your chest, roll onto your back. Open up into happy baby. Here in happy baby, we grab the outside of feet with hands, or peace fingers can hook around big toes as you open the feet out to the sides. Gently, slowly, pull the feet down as we bend through the knees, and you can find a gentle rock side to side through the hips. Let's take a few more breaths here. Come back to center. Release the feet to plant as wide as your mat. Bring your arms along, or actually up and overhead, diamond shape as you bend through the elbows. And begin to windshield wipe the knees side to side. Gentle twist in the spine, releasing through the lower back. We exhale to drop knees to the side. We inhale to bring knees back in towards the center. Exhale to drop to the opposite side. Moving back and forth here. Let's do a few more cycles. Next time your knees are in the center, let's pull them in towards our chest just to give us one more hug, one more squeeze. And with an exhale, release into our final posture, Shavasana, where we bring our legs out towards the top edge of the mat. Here, you can bring your arms alongside your body, palms facing up. You also have the choice of keeping the knees bent, planting the feet as wide as the mat, and allowing the knees to drop in towards each other for support. If it feels comfortable, close your eyes with me. And we'll remain here in silence and stillness. With your next inhale, begin to bring movement back into your body by wiggling through the fingers and toes. Circling through the ankles and wrists in one direction and the other at your own pace. And with your next inhale, arms can come up and overhead. Exhale here. Next full breath, we stretch our toes and fingers in opposite directions. Gently, slowly begin to roll over to one side as you push yourself up into a seated position of your choice. Here, if it feels comfortable for you, you can bring hands into prayer as you bow in with me. Let's take one full breath together. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to guide you in your class today. Namaste.